Hello, and thanks for stopping by Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode 159. And this time out, we are at Milwaukee County Stadium for game number 55 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Oldtimer Kings King of the Hill tournament, which has the 1957 Milwaukee Braves, the current Kings, hosting the 1950 New York Yankees. Before we get to the starting lineups, let's take a look at the Hill. Well, the Braves in the previous game, game 54, knocked off the Pirates, got themselves to 500, and are going to be challenged by the Yankees looking for that 8th win, which would put them 2 games away from reaching the Goodell Cup Finals. And we have the 62 Giants on deck, and the, quite honestly, very disappointing so far, 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers. They're in the hole. All right, let's get to the starting lineups. First, for the visiting New York Yankees, the 1950 New York Yankees, leading off in left field, Gene Woodling. Batting second, shortstop Phil Rizzuto. Batting third, catcher Yogi Berra. Batting fourth, Joe DiMaggio. He's in center. Batting fifth, third baseman Billy Johnson. Batting sixth, right fielder Hank Bauer. Batting seventh, second baseman Jerry Coleman. Batting eighth, first baseman Joe Collins, playing for the injured Johnny Mize, who will return next game. That's next game for the Yankees. And on the mound and batting ninth is Ed Lopat. 1950, he was 18-8 with a 3.47 ERA, 236 innings pitched. He is a number 4 hitting pitcher, so he gets that card inserted into the lineup. Now for the current Kings, the 1957 Milwaukee Braves, leading off in center field, Bill Bruton. Batting second at shortstop, Johnny Logan. Batting third at third base, Eddie Matthews. Batting fourth in right field, Hank Aaron. Batting fifth, left fielder Wes Covington. Batting sixth, first baseman Joe Adcock. Batting seventh, second baseman Red Schoendienst. Batting eighth, catcher Del Crandall. And on the hill and batting ninth is Lou Burdette. In 1957, he was 17-9 with a 3.71 ERA, 257 innings of work. He is a number 2 hitting pitcher, so he'll get that card inserted into the lineup. And we are ready to get underway here. All right. So Burdette has finished his warm-up tosses. Gene Woodling's in the batter's box. And we are underway. And that's a strikeout to start things off. 1 down. Brings up Phil Rizzuto. Yankee shortstop. Pitch from Burdette. And Rizzuto lifts this one to left field. Wes Covington's under that. Makes the catch, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the first. That's going to bring up Yogi Berra, Yankees catcher. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second base. For Red Schoendienst, it's an X check. Red's a 1. We roll an 18. And the X chart tells us to roll again. We roll a 16 this time. Nice play by Schoendienst. Fires over to Joe Adcock. 4-3 put out, and the Yankees are retired 1, 2, 3. So with 1/2 in the books, it's the Yankees nothing. And the Braves come in the bat. Lou Burdette gets his first fatigue point. Ed Lopat on the mound for the Yankees, leading off for Milwaukee here in the bottom of the first is center fielder Billy Bruton. Pitch from Lopat. And that's a leadoff single for Bruton. He makes the turn. Gene Woodling gets the ball in quickly, and Bruton holds at first base. And a pitch to Logan, and there goes Bruton, and he is safe at second. The stolen base. That's not right because I need to roll a 20-sided die, but Bruton's going. And guess what? He is gunned down by Yogi Berra. Apologies for the mistake this early in the game. But anyway, there's the first out. Next pitch to Logan. He pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Phil Rizzuto's waving everyone else off. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So Yogi Berra showing off his arm. Guns down. Bill Bruton trying to steal second. There's 2 outs. And third baseman Eddie Matthews. Matthews gets a hold of this one. It's sending Joe DiMaggio back to the track, to the wall. It's off the wall. Rolls forward. Matthews cruises into second. Takes a look at going to third, but he's going to hold up there with a 2-out double. And the Braves have a runner in scoring position for Hank Aaron. Pitch from Lopat. Aaron hits a ground ball to shortstop Phil Rizzuto over to Joe Collins to end the inning. So, after 1 complete, we are scoreless. Lopat gets his first fatigue point. First batter for Lou Burdette here in the top of the second is Joe DiMaggio. Here's the pitch. And DiMaggio hits one into left field. West Covington Fields. DiMaggio makes a turn at first, but he's going to hold there. So there's a man on first, nobody out. And third baseman Billy Johnson. Here's the pitch. And it's a ground ball to shortstop Johnny Logan over to Red Shandies, who then fires to Joe Adcock for the 6-4-3 double play. And there are 2 away. Burdette's defense helping him out there. All right, 2 outs, nobody on. Hank Bauer, here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second baseman Red Shandies. Routine for Red over to Joe Adcock, and that's it for the Yankees in the top of the second. No runs, 1 hit, and after 1.5, we remain scoreless. Lou Burdette will get his second fatigue point. Ed Lopat is going to face West Covington first here in the bottom of the second. We are scoreless. Here's the pitch. It's a leadoff single for Covington. It's that one right up the middle. So there's a man on first with nobody out. And first baseman Joe Adcock. Pitch from Lopat. It's a fly ball to left field. Gene Woodling's under that. Makes the catch. Covington's going to hold at first base. So he's there with 1 out. And second baseman Red Shandies. Here's the pitch. He hits another one out there to Covington. He's busy this inning. He's under that, makes the catch. And once again, or I say Covington, it was Woodling that made the catch, excuse me. Covington's going to hold at second. There are 2 outs, nobody on. Or excuse me, man on first. Here's the pitch. And Crandall lines this one right at Billy Johnson for the 3rd out. And after 2 innings of play, We remain scoreless. Lopat's going to get his second fatigue point. And Burdette's out here for the top of the third. It'll be Jerry Coleman leading off for the Yankees, followed by Joe Collins and Ed Lopat. It's the pitch to Coleman. It's a ground ball to third baseman Eddie Matthews. Over to Joe Adcock, one away. So one out, nobody on. First baseman Joe Collins. Pitch from Burdette. And that's a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 for Lou Burdette. It's going to bring up his counterpart, Ed Lopat. Burdette winds and delivers. And Lopat lifts this one to center field. And that is going to be a routine fly ball for Billy Bruton. And the Yankees go 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third. So 2.5 innings in the books. We remain scoreless. Burdette picks up fatigue point number 3. Ed Lopat, who is at 2, is going to face his counterpart. They've just switched positions after the last at bat. Here's the pitch to Burdette. And he lines this one, but right at Jerry Coleman. Coleman robs Burdette of a hit. There's one out. So one out, nobody on. We're back to the top of the order for the Braves. In center fielder, Billy Bruton. Bottom of the third, one out. We are scoreless. Here's the pitch. And that's a ground ball to third baseman, Billy Johnson. Fires over to Joe Collins for the second out. And the bases are empty for Johnny Logan. Pitch from Lopat. Another line drive right at Billy Johnson. And the Braves go 1, 2, 3 here in the bottom of the third. So with 3 innings complete, we remain scoreless. Ed Lopat gets his third fatigue point. And we go to the top of the fourth. Back to the top of the order for the Yankees. And left fielder Gene Woodling, who is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. That's Hank Aaron. It's an X check. Aaron is a 2. We roll a 19. And Aaron makes a shoestring catch out there to get Gene Woodling. There's one for the highlight reel. And there's one away. Brings up shortstop Phil Rizzuto. Scooter's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. He gets under this one. It's going to stay in the infield. And Red Shandies is under that for the second out. So 2 up, 2 down. And the Yankees catcher Yogi Berra. Pitch from Burdette. It's a ground ball back to Burdette. It's going to be an X check. He's a 2. We roll a 10. And that one bounces off the heel of Burdette's glove, rolls over towards third base, but they're not going to be able to get Berra, and he reaches on the E1. That's the first error of the game. And that gives the Yankees a man on first with 2 outs for Joe DiMaggio. Here's the pitch. And that's a 2-out single. Let's check Berra's running. It's It's 1-13, makes him a 1-15. He's going to hold it second. So it's first and second with 2 outs for the Yanks. And third baseman Billy Johnson, who is 0 for 1. He hit into a double play his first time up. Here's the pitch. He lifts this one to left field. And Wes Covington's under that, makes the catch for the 3rd out. So the Yankees get a runner in scoring position. Leave him stranded at second base. And after 3.5, we remain scoreless. Lou Burdette gets fatigue point number 4. Now here in the bottom of the 4th, Ed Lopat is going to face Eddie Matthews, Hank Aaron, and Wes Covington. Pitch to Matthews. That's a leadoff single for Matthews into left field. Gene Woodling retrieves it quickly. Matthews makes the turn but holds it first. So the Braves have a man on first with nobody out. And Hank Aaron. Aaron is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to center field. DiMaggio's backtracking to the track and makes the catch. There's one away. Left fielder Wes Covington. He's 1 for 1. He's singled back in the second. Here's the pitch. Covington lines one and is robbed of a base hit by Jerry Coleman. They fire over to first base, but Matthews gets back in time. So there's a man on first with 2 outs. And first baseman Joe Adcock comes to the plate. Here's the pitch from Lopat. It's a fly ball to center field. DiMaggio's at the track, makes the catch for the 3rd out. So we got 4 in the books, and we remain scoreless. Ed Lopat picks up fatigue point number 4. First batter Lou Burdette is going to face here in the top of the 5th is Hank Bauer. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball back to Burdette. Jogs towards first base and tosses to Joe Adcock. And they get Bauer by a step. There's one away. That brings up second baseman Jerry Coleman. Coleman is 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. He is 0 for 1 no longer because he hits a single into center field. He's there at first with 1 out. And first baseman Joe Collins, who is 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. Burdette delivers. This time he lifts a fly ball into right field. Hank Aaron's tracking that one down. And he makes the catch. Coleman takes a look, but he's going to hold at first base. So 2 outs, man on first. And Ed Lopat. Lopat's 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. And Lopat gets under this one. It goes into left center field. And I don't know. Back goes Wes Covington. Looks like the wind's going to take this one out of the park because it's way up, out of here, gone. And pitcher Ed Lopat hits a 2-out, 2-run home run here in the top of the 5th to put the Yankees on the board. They lead 2-0. And Lou Burdette is shocked. He cannot do anything but shake his head. He gets his 5th and 6th fatigue points. And the Yankees lead 2-0. My. The wind here in Milwaukee County Stadium took that high fly ball out of the park. So it's the Yankees 2. Braves nothing. 2 outs. Bases are cleared because Ed Lopat went yard. Here's the pitch to Gene Woodling, and we need 3 die to do that. And that's a line drive, but right at third baseman Eddie Matthews. And that's going to end the inning. But the Yankees pick up 2 runs on Ed Lopat's home run to left field. And after 4.5, it's the Yankees 2. And the Braves nothing. Lou Burdette gets fatigue point number 7. Ed Lopat's out here for the bottom of the 5th with the 2-run lead. And he's going to face Red Shandies, Del Crandall, and Lou Burdette, who may or may not bat. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to first base. It's an X check for Joe Collins. He's a 2, and we roll a 2. And Collins can't get the glove down on that one. It's going to roll into right field, where Hank Bauer fields it. Shandies makes the turn at first, but he's going to hold there. And the official score rules that a single. So the Braves are in business here. Man on first, nobody out. Del Crandall, he's 0 for 1. It's the pitch. And it's a line drive, but right at Scooter. Scooter fires over to first base, but Shandies gets back in time. And there is 1 away. It's going to bring up Lou Burdette. He is batting. And he squares to bunt. Rolls down the third base line. Only play for Billy Johnson is to go to first. And Red Shandies advances to second on the sacrifice bunt. So Shandies is in scoring position, but there are 2 outs now. We go back to the top of the order and Bill Bruton. Pitch from Lopat. It's a fly ball to left field. It's going to be an X check for Gene Woodling. He's a 2, and we roll a 10. And Woodling makes a sliding catch at the left field foul line for out number 3. And that's it for the Braves here in the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on. And after 5 innings of play, it's the Yankees 2 and the Braves nothing. Ed Lopat will pick up another fatigue point. Puts him at 5. Burdette, who is at 7, is back out. There is some activity in the Milwaukee bullpen, and it's Gene Conley warming up. All right, leading off for the Yankees here on the top of the 6th, Phil Rizzuto. They lead 2-0. Here's the pitch. And that's a leadoff single for Scooter. So he's on first with nobody out. Brings up Yogi Berra. Pitch from Burdette. That's a fly ball to right field. Hank Aaron's under that, makes the catch. And there's 1 away. Rizzuto holds it first. That's going to bring up center fielder Joe DiMaggio. He is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. And that is high in the air. It's going to stay in the infield. Drifts into foul territory, where Eddie Matthews makes the catch. But it looks like there's something wrong with DiMaggio. And the trainer's coming out to take a look at him. And DiMaggio shakes it off, says he's okay, heads back to the dugout. He's going to remain in the game. But there are 2 outs. And that brings up Billy Johnson. Here's the pitch from Burdette. Pops this one up. Red Shandies is under that. Makes the catch to end the inning. So the Yankees get a leadoff hit. Can't do anything with it. And after 5.5, it's the Yankees 2 The Braves nothing. Lou Burdette picks up fatigue point number 8. Ed Lopat, who is at 5, is out here for the bottom of the 6th. First batter he'll face from the Braves is Johnny Logan, shortstop. He is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to right field. Hank Bauer's under that, makes the catch. 1 away. 1 out, nobody on for third baseman Eddie Matthews. Matthews is 2 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's inside, ball 4, so it's the third time Matthews will be on base in this game. As he trots down after the base on ball. So we got a man on first with 1 out, and Hank Aaron comes to the plate. Aaron is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch from Lopat. He lifts a high fly ball to left field that sends Gene Woodling back to the track near the wall, but he makes the catch for out number 2. So it's 2 outs, nobody on. And left fielder Wes Covington. Pitch from Lopat. And it's a ground ball to second baseman Jerry Coleman, over to Joe Collins for out number 3. So the Braves get a man on base, can't do anything with it. And after 6, it's the Yankees 2, the Braves nothing. Lopat gets fatigue point number 6. Lou Burdette still in the game. Gene Conley's ready when needed for the Braves. And the first batter for the Yankees here in the top of the 7th is Hank Bauer. Bauer is 0 for 2. Here's the pitch. That's a leadoff single for Bauer. Hits that ball into left field. That brings up Jerry Coleman. Coleman is 1 for 2. Here's the pitch from Burdette. It's a fly ball to right field. It's going to be an X check for Hank Aaron. He is a 2. We roll a 9. And that one goes over Aaron's head. And Coleman is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double. Hank Bauer moves to third. He's going to be held there. So the Yankees have runners on second and third with nobody out. And Gene Conley's ready. Braves are bringing the infield in for Joe Collins. Here's the pitch. Look out. Joe Collins gets a hold of this. It's going to right field. Back goes Hank Aaron. It's way up, out of here, gone. A 3-run shot to right field by backup first baseman Joe Collins. And the Yankees have opened up a 5-0 lead. And that is going to be the day for Lou Burdette. Where are we in the lineup here? All right, so Gene Conley is going to be the new pitcher for the Braves. But we're going to do a double switch. Andy Pafko is going to enter the game and play left field. No, you know what? We're not going to do that. Nope, I don't want to take Wes Covington out of the game. All right, so new pitcher for Milwaukee is Gene Conley. In 1957, he was 9-9 with a 3.16 ERA, 148 innings pitched. He is a starter reliever, or that's how he's classified. So he does not fatigue until he reaches 7 fatigue points. All right, so the first batter he's going to face is his counterpart, Ed Lopat. Let me get him into the lineup here. All right, first batter Gene Conley's going to face is pitcher Ed Lopat. He's 1 for 2. He hit a 2-run home run his last time up. Conley delivers. And that's a strikeout for the first out of the inning. All right, back to the top of the order for the Yanks. They lead 5-0. Bases empty. 1 out. Pitch to Gene Woodling. Pops this one up. It's going to stay in the infield. Over near the first base bag is Joe Adcock. And he makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs. Nobody on. Phil Rizzuto. Rizzuto's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. That's way outside. It's a 2-out walk for Conley. So he's down there at first base, having a little friendly chat with Joe Adcock. And here comes Yogi Berra. There's the pitch. He pops this one up. Red Shandies has it. Makes the catch. And that's it for the Yankees. But they get 3 runs on Joe Collins' blast. And after 6.5, as we get ready to stretch them, it's the Yankees 5 and the Braves nothing. Gene Conley picks up a fatigue point. All right. So Ed Lopat, who is at 6 fatigue points, is back out here in the bottom of the 7th, excuse me, with a 5-run lead. First batter he's going to face is Joe Adcock. Adcock's 0 for 2. There's the pitch. Inside, and Adcock trots down to first base. The leadoff walk. It's going to bring up Red Shandies. Shandies is 1 for 2. Pitch from Lopat. Low outside, and that's another walk. Back-to-back walks from Ed Lopat here in the bottom of the 7th. That brings up Del Crandall. There's some movement out there in the Yankees bullpen. Somebody's working on getting their jacket off. Pitch from Lopat to Crandall. Way outside. 3 walks in a row, and the bases are loaded. And the pitcher's spot is up. Gene Conley. Well, Gene Conley's day is done, because we are going to bring a pinch hitter in, and that's going to be Frank Torre. Torre's going to pinch hit for Gene Conley, and warming up for the Braves is Juan Pizarro. So Torre will bat for Conley. And it looks like it's Whitey Ford out there warming up for the Yankees. The Yankees lead 5-0, but the Braves have the bases loaded with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Frank Torre pinch hitting for pitcher Gene Conley, and here we go. It's a fly ball to left field. It's going to be an X check for Gene Woodling. He is a 2. And we roll a 1. And it is a shallow fly ball to left field. Woodling makes the running catch, and all runners are forced to hold. That's a big first out there for the Yankees. We're back to the top of the order, and Bill Bruton. The Yankees are playing the infield normal depth with the 5-run lead. And the bases are loaded with 1 out. Billy Bruton. Here's the pitch from Lopat. It's a ground ball to third base. The only play is to get Wes Crandall at second. Bruton's going to reach on a fielder's choice, and Joe Adcock's going to score, and the Braves get on the board. So they now have runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Ed Lopat picks up his 7th fatigue point. The Braves get on the board, as I mentioned, and it's now 5-1. All right, so that brings up Johnny Logan. So, got runners on. I said first and second. It's first and third. I think I said first and second. That's not true. There are runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pitch to Logan. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Phil Rizzuto. Scooter's a 1. It's the next check. We roll an 11. And Rizzuto makes a diving stop. And he's going to toss to Jerry Coleman covering second. They're going to get the force on Bill Bruton for the 3rd out. And Logan grounds into a fielder's choice. So, we get 7 in the books. Braves do pick up a run and trail the Yankees 5-1. Ed Lopat picks up fatigue point number 8. And we go to the top of the 8th, and the new pitcher for the Braves is Juan Pizarro. In 1957, he was 5-6 with a 4.64 ERA. 99 innings pitched. He's coming in here in the top of the 8th. And first batter he's going to face is Joe DiMaggio. DiMaggio is 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. Wes Covington's under that. Makes the catch, and there is 1 away here in the top of the 8th. So 1 out, nobody on. Billy Johnson. Yankees lead 5-1. Here's the pitch from Pizarro. It's a fly ball to right field. Hank Aaron's under that one. And there are 2 away. So 2 up, 2 down, and Hank Bauer. Bauer is 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. That's a 2-out walk. Bauer trots down to first. Second baseman Jerry Coleman comes to the plate. Coleman is 2 for 3. Here's the pitch. It's a fly ball to left field. Wes Covington's under that. Makes the catch for the 3rd out. And the Yankees get a runner, but strand him at first base. And after 7.5, it's the Yankees 5 and the Braves 1. Pizarro gets a fatigue point, his first. Ed Lopat's out here for the bottom of the 8th. He's got a 4-run lead. Whitey Ford is ready if needed. And the first batter for the Braves here in the bottom of the 8th is Eddie Matthews. He's 2 for 2 with a walk. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball to right field. Hank Bauer's under that. And there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Hank Aaron. Aaron is 0 for 3. Pitch from Lopat. Aaron gets under this one. It's going to stay in the infield. And Joe Collins is under that. Makes the catch over there at first base. There are 2 away. Brings up left fielder Wes Covington. Covington's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch from Lopat. Lines it, but right at Rizzuto. And the Braves go quickly, 1-2-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. So after 8 innings, it's the Yankees 5 and the Braves 1. Ed Lopat's going to pick up another fatigue point. That puts him at 9. Juan Pizarro is out here for the top of the 9th. Leading off will be first baseman Joe Collins. Here's the pitch. Collins gets under this one. It's going to stay in the infield. Joe Adcock's under that. Makes the catch, and there's one away. So 1 out, nobody on for Ed Lopat. He's staying in the game. He has homered in this game, by the way. And here's the pitch from Pizarro. That's a ground ball to third base. And Eddie Matthews over to Joe Adcock. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs and nobody on. Back to the top of the order for the Yankees and Gene Woodling. Woodling is 0-for-4. And here's the pitch from Pizarro. That's a pop-up into the infield. It's going to stay in the infield, I should say. Red Shandies is under that. Makes the catch. And the Yankees go 1-2-3 here in the top of the 9th. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Braves, and they trail 5-1. Ed Lopat's still out here. I got to give Pizarro another fatigue point. Lopat's still out here. First batter's going to be Joe Adcock. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball to second base. It's an X check for Jerry Coleman. Coleman is a 2. We roll a 12. Coleman makes a nice play over to Joe Collins. 4-3 put out, and there's 1 away. Brings up Red Shandies. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. Pitch from Lopat. It's a fly ball to left field. So X check for Gene Woodling. And we roll a 6. Woodling is a 2. Nice play by Woodling out there. And Braves are down to their last out. 2 outs and nobody on. Del Crandall. Pitch from Lopat. It's a ground ball to third baseman Billy Johnson over to Ed Collins, and that's it. The Yankees dethrone the Milwaukee Braves and become the new Kings of the Hill by winning this one 5-1. Some quick totals. Yankees 5 runs on 8 hits. No errors. The Braves 1 run on 6 hits. They committed 1 error. The winning pitcher is Ed Lopat, who went the distance, and the loss will go to Lou Burdette. Yankees go to 8-5 and remain Kings of the Hill, and will take on the 62 Giants in game number 56 of the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Old-Timer Kings Tournament. If you hung out with me, I appreciate it, and I'll be back again in the near future with another video, and until then, take care.